Hey everybody, this is Brad Dyke saying hi. I apologize for the noise, but I am back. I had to take a little bit of a break. Started a new position with another company, and as Director of Operations for DevOps, and had to take a little bit of a break from all of the fun and turn back around and get myself situated so I could be useful for my family and everybody, and then of course back to you guys. So the reason why I am going to be reaching out today for you and spending a little time is based on me trying to do something really interesting. So what I'm doing here is I'm booting up one of my powerhouses, and I have added some additional capacity down here. This is the powerhouse. This is spinning disk, and this is SSD storage capacity. And in the process of posting the environment so that I can basically see how the HBA controller is handling things and troubleshoot it, basically, do the 1, 2, 3s. Nothing too dramatic, nothing too major, but these are things to be done. And as you can see here, I'm in the process. Now I've done a configuration change in this particular process. Now this is the NetApp array, and then this is the tier array. So with that, I'm seeing my 600 gig drives, and that is good, but it doesn't look like I'm seeing the other side of the environment, which is the SSDs. And I'm not surprised, because that particular array has not been vetted on this make and model, and i.e. the configuration as well. So I'll have to do some work with that to see if I can get it to communicate more effectively. Now today my goal is just to bring up the powerhouse, get it working, make sure everything's working right, IP addresses are correct, connectivity is good, SAS connectivity setup is good, and all of that. Once I've got that, then I'm going to go into the SSD side of the equation and begin to optimize that to come in and replace the spinning disks. That will allow me to move those spinning disks over to the TrueNAS platform that I'm going to build from the ground up with a make and model match to that of my powerhouse. So what I basically have going on here is this 720 here, which is a powerhouse, but not quite built out like this principal one here is, or these arrays down here. But this guy is going to be spinning up, and then down here is a disk array. This is for my son, but down here is the disk array that I'm going to utilize to act as a TrueNAS buffer for my requirements. And that will allow me to have my repository backup archive system, as well as my active run front-end system and service system. We call these like a transport environment or something like that. Then at that point I can start building out applications and tier enterprises in this side of the equation. I could do some DevOps on my secondary blades, and of course way down there is my powerhouse, the quad platform, and that's saying something. But right now it's about making sure that the core server is in a good operations. Okay, so I just had the server prompt come up and then it went away, so there might be a inline sync issue with the KVM switch. We'll test that out again to make sure, at least I know that it's beginning to work correctly. Okay, so there's the prompt. And then it faded away. Did you see that? That's interesting. Let me check sync states. Yeah. Well, that's new. I hadn't seen that before. Okay, so this may end up being a short-term exercise, but we will see what's going on here on this particular connection interface. Yeah, that should work. Okay, it is triggering, and it is going on. Okay, so there is one problem I have. I've just realized that my mini SAS interfaces need to be brought into connections so I can bridge over the bus for redundancy purposes, which I'll do that right now while I have that chance. and make sure that we have posting if something weird is going on. But I'm not surprised. That just happens when you take a sabbatical and then you got to come back. Okay, we were able to get everything working right now. So, found out what the problem was. I'll have to tackle that as a sideline. But right now, goal is just to make sure that things are working and that they are functional. So we're going to go ahead and bring that up and get a green light to make sure that we are able to do what we got to do. Now, as you're going to see here, I have quite a bit of services and things like that running on this platform for quite a few different things. I'm going to have to look at the pairing SAS cable bridges because they are not working right. So I'll have to figure that one out on the secondary step and work with that. Nice thing about this versus Linux is I can basically run a graphical user interface when I have to deal with a lot of devices. I like that, opposed to having to be forced to go into the CLI mode and deal with that. Now, I don't expect... Oh, there they are. They are popping up. I've got 2 disks that showed up. That's better than I expected. But I know that there are problems. So what I wanted to do today was just kind of get through the bases. Oh, there they are. Okay, great. As you can see, the disks configurations are changing. Quite a few of them, actually. 24 of them to be exact. And of course, many of the other ones which are offline, I knew that was going to happen because of the fact this is running in HBA mode. But that's alright. That's not a problem whatsoever. So anyways, this is a short video just to let you know how I brought these 2 online. It's great that I didn't have to break it down too much. It could have been a lot more complicated. That happens when you do a lot of functional moving, if you know what I mean. You have to deal with the realities that things break during the transition. But in this particular case, that has not happened, and that is good news. And so I will work in the process of making sure that whatever I have left here is stable enough to do what I got to do. Bring other systems back online and to allow them to recover, which it doesn't look like they're going to do easily. I'm not surprised whatsoever. But we can take care of that. Anyways, so with that being said, I'm going to sign off. This go around is strictly discovery mode. But as you can see, we're starting to see some good things, and I need to run this. I need to do some updates on these platforms so that they can get up to date with the latest patches and all of that. And then I'll go into the transitioning process of moving large chunks of data from one SAS array to the other. But for now, I just wanted to get out there and just reach out to you real quick and say hi, and haven't died or fallen off the face of the earth. I'm basically trying to get back into my basic habits again and keep track with new stuff. At the end of the Christmas season is a really great time to look at some of that old hardware out there. You know, if you want to like reduce your footprint, you know, go to lower power, higher computational values and things like that. This is the time to do that. And also keep an eye out for dual Xeon motherboards. They're great for personal workstations, higher level computation workstations for things you like to do, and or if you like to enjoy gaming and so on. You put a good video card on the dual Xeon, you can't go wrong. They just handle a lot more, in my opinion. You can do so much more. I do it myself. I've got games running, multiple games running, all doing their own things while I do all my day work and some of my night work. And it, you know, with 48 cores, you can't go wrong. But this is Brad Dyke signing off, and God bless and have a great week. Take care.